Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are in the world. My name is Jessica and this Kiwi is picking her second TBR. So I thought I'd start this video by explaining what I did read in the month of November, and for our TBR jar we got The Witching Hour by Anne Rice, Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros, and The Age of Anxiety by Pete Townsend. And our Kiwi book for that month was The Whale Rider. So of the 4 books, I managed to complete 3 out of 4, which is really good. Whale Rider, I did a review of this and a read along with this. If you haven't checked it out, please do so. Won't spoil anything, but I gave it 5 stars. Fourth Wing I read and I really enjoyed it. Wasn't a 5-star for me, but it was a solid 4, maybe a 4.25 if we're being kind. The Age of Anxiety by Pete Townsend. I hated it. just don't read this. It got a 1 star. There is zero plot to this at all. I know he was the guitarist and wrote a lot of songs for the band The Who, but I think maybe his writing should stay in song lyrics and not books. The next book that we got was The Witching Hour by Anne Rice, and this is the one book that I have not been able to complete. To be completely honest, reading The Age of Anxiety got me into a really big book slump. Plus, this is 1,200 pages. I got just over 300 pages, which isn't too bad in the time that I have spent reading this. I'm enjoying it so far. It's not giving me 5 star. It's giving me the same as what a lot of her books have been, which are 4 star. But yeah, I'm enjoying this at the moment. So this means, along with the December TBR that we are about to pull, I will have to finish The Witching Hour this month. So that is an extra book on top of that. But I'm quite looking forward to reading the rest of this story. So those were our 4 books for November. Managed to read these 3, and I am continuing to read The Witching Hour. And with that, let's grab our TBR jar and see what we have for this month. All right, here we go. Take the lid off. I'm really hoping for something that's not too big. I'm probably about to jinx myself there. Our first pick is okay. Starting off strong, aren't we? We started off with Babel by R.F. Kuang. So our first book from our TBR poll for December was Babel by R.F. Kuang, and I feel like everyone on booktube knows about this book and has probably read this book. I feel like I'm probably one of the last people to have read it. I don't know a whole lot about this. I've been avoiding spoilers, so I know it's about someone named Robin who was an orphan and I think brought to England from, I think it's China. It says Canton. I'm not sure whereabouts that is. So I know this is a dark academia and it's got a lot to do with academics and learning about languages. I believe it's got a lot to do with language. And when Robin first comes to Babel, they think, and I'm using they because I don't know whether Robin is a boy or a girl, but they think it's an incredible place, and then all of a sudden it becomes a prison. Can a student stand up to an empire? We will see. I can't tell you how excited I am to read this book. Very, very excited. Second pick. Ooh. Second pick is The Nowhere Man by Greg Hurwitz. So happy about that one. So incredibly happy. So the second book we pulled for the December TBR is The Nowhere Man by Greg Hurwitz. And this is a part of I think it's an 8 book series, the Orphan X series. Really, really good book is Orphan X. I highly recommend it. And this continues on from that. So Evan Smoke is Orphan X, and in this book, he wakes up in a locked room. He's been drugged, he's been kidnapped, he doesn't know what's going on. His captors are sure they've outsmarted him, but they've got it all wrong. He's not locked up with them, they're locked up with him. Not a whole lot I can say about this book. I know I really enjoyed the first, and I've got the entire series on my TBR. That is The Nowhere Man by Greg Hurwitz. Third pick. Ah, okay, this one is The Tomb of Hercules by Andy McDermott. So the third book that we pulled for our TBR is The Tomb of Hercules by Andy McDermott. This I bought thrifting on a bit of a whim, and it looked really interesting. It reminds me a bit of Lara Croft because there's these two people who are searching for the tomb of Hercules, and there's another group that's trying to find it as well, and it becomes a worldwide race. It's about Nina, who's an archaeologist, really wanting to find it and believing that she knows where the location is, and if she can find it, it is going to be the most one of the most important historical finds of, well, at least her life. And I don't really have a lot of expectations for this. Like I said, I bought it on a whim. I think it's going to be quite fun, maybe a bit fast paced. It sounds like it's going to be a really good adventure story. So that is The Tomb of Hercules by Andy McDermott. So our Kiwi read for the month is going to be The Impossible Life of Ricky Bird by Diane Connell. And this, I think, is going to be just a nice, fun, easy read. It follows Ricky, who is just so good with her imagination, and she loves building forts and making stories and playing with her brother. And then all of a sudden, there's a new man in Ricky's life in the form of her mother's new boyfriend because her father abandoned them. I just feel like this is going to be a whimsical kind of story on what the imagination can do, but at the same time, there could be some hard aspects of this dealing with abandonment and maybe not liking the new boyfriend and dealing with that and trying to escape from reality. But I think this is going to be a good summer read, and it'll be summer in New Zealand, hopefully. So that is The Impossible Life of Ricky Bird, our New Zealand Kiwi pick for the month. So these are our 4 books for December we're going to be reading. We've got Babel by R.F. Kuang, The Nowhere Man by Greg Hurwitz, The Tomb of Hercules by Andy McDermott, and The Impossible Life of Ricky Bird. The Impossible Life of Ricky Bird by Diane Connell. Let me know down in the comments below if you've read any of these. I'm sure most of you have read Babel by now. But if you've read any of the other ones, let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you for watching today's video. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.